All right, I will now call to order the Tuesday, May 6th meeting of the Bloomington Charter Commission to order. First item on the agenda would be a roll call vote of commissioners present. Ms. Christensen, could you please call the roll?
Thank you, Chair. Got to pull that up here. All right. So we have Rod Axtell.
Here.
Jack Beloga. Ronald Barnes.
Here.
Jim Goodermont.
Present.
Kathy Gustafson. Thought I saw her online. Oh, she's online. Kathy, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you. Thank you.
I'm here. Thank you.
Cynthia Hunt.
Here.
Brana Lindell. Tom Nelson.
Present.
Grant Peterson. Steve Peterson.
Present.
John Stanley.
Here.
Jay Taylor.
Here.
Chair Mark Thorson.
Here.
Vice Chair Carrie Weatherby. And Roger Willett. Okay, and now I'm just going to take a quick look to see if anyone has joined since I started roll call. So just bear with me a moment here. Okay, and we have Brana Lindell that has joined the call. Brana, can you hear us? Give her a second to.
Okay, I'm unmuted, so I should be able to. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, I had a little trouble here getting on, so.
Nope, that's fine. And just a reminder for all commissioners, when you are not speaking, please mute your line. It only takes a few people unmuted at the same time to have some really funny echoing. So try to stay muted unless you're speaking or unless when we're doing roll call.
Okay, I got my video up too. So.
Welcome. All right,
Thank you.
on to item 3.1. That would be approval of the minutes of our last meeting. Do we have any modifications or questions or clarifications to those minutes? Anyone?
No.
If not, if you look at
May be approved.
was that Commissioner Peterson?
That's correct.
And a second.
Okay. And we have a motion and a second. Ms. Christensen, can we do the roll call vote?
Thank you. That was Jay Taylor. Was that you that made the second?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm working off of a few screens here, so I'm not always looking at the faces that are talking. So, all right, roll call. Axtell.
Aye.
Barnes. Ronald Barnes.
Unmuted, aye.
Thank you. Goodermont.
Aye.
Gustafson.
Aye.
Hunt.
Aye.
Lindell.
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
Steve Peterson.
Aye.
Stanley.
Aye.
Taylor.
Aye.
Chair Thorson.
Aye. All right, on to item 4, unfinished business. Do we have any? Staff, is there any unfinished business today? If not, we'll move on to item 5, starting with item 5.1, Charter Amendment to Sections 6.06 and 6.07. We have a staff report.
Chair,
I believe that the charter attorney, Melissa Manderscheid, will be doing the presentation tonight. I have a couple of slides that I have talked with Chris Wilson, the Assistant City Manager, about, and she is also available to offer responses to some of the questions as they arise. I have one PowerPoint for all three of the proposed amendments for your consideration. I will go through the first two. They're somewhat related, and then we'll move to the third in the presentation. Please, I'll break periodically for questions. We practiced this in advance, and now, of course, I can't figure out how to make it work. All right.
I see your notes up, Melissa. There we go.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, so as you remember, probably from past years, the charter is the city's constitution, and state law provides a process by which the charter can be amended. There are four ways in general that the charter can be amended, and we are I'm proposing tonight that we use the most simple way for the amendments that we're going to be considering tonight, and that is that the Charter Commission recommends by resolution that the City Council take action by ordinance in the future. And then when the City Council receives the Charter Commission's recommendation, it's then asked to notice a public hearing in the future, and then hold that public hearing and potentially adopt an ordinance to enact that amendment to the charter. The ordinance, when it gets to the City Council after the public hearing, is required to be adopted unanimously in order to amend the charter.
Right.
Brana, your line is not muted, so if you want to mute that, that would be helpful.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so for the first two items that we'll be talking about tonight, I thought it would be helpful to provide you with an overview of the legal department, because it's relevant to the topics that we're going to be talking about. So you'll see here that I'm this blue box at the top, and then we over the last year have created two new deputy positions. There's a deputy position of the civil department, and then a deputy position on the criminal side. Previously, we did not have these positions, and the attorneys reported to me. We also have a risk and litigation manager. This position is shared with the finance department and reports to me as well as to the CFO, Lori Economy Scholler. So the items that I'm asking you to consider tonight relate to the creation of this deputy position in this red box here, and the changes that I'm recommending to address the new role and the new positions in the department. So the first one is, oops. I think I'm sharing the wrong PowerPoint. Just a second here. Sorry about that. Great. Sorry about that. All right. So the first item that I'm asking you to consider is a two-part amendment. It's amending section 6.06 and 6.07. Both of these are related to execution of documents, so contracts, bonds, the things of which that I'm required to sign. And you'll recall a couple of years ago, we talked about the fact that when I'm not available, there was some ambiguity previously about who could sign in the event I went on vacation or was otherwise unable to sign. And so at that time, you all amended the charter to create an option for the assistant attorney in the city attorney's office to sign. So just as a reminder, that assistant attorney position are these green boxes here. So that was created and we have been using that. I've gone on vacation, I think once or twice a year in the last 2 years, and we have deployed this process. And the similar provision exists in purchasing. So contracts, again, have to be signed by me. And there is this possible delegation. You all indicated that as a part of those amendments a couple of years ago, that you desire to have a formal delegation process. And so as a part of that process, we created a delegation policy. And that delegation policy described the specific elements that would be required and under the terms that would trigger somebody else having the ability to sign for me. And that was approved by the city manager as well as the city council. So each time before I leave the office for 3 days, and there's some other triggers in there, I prepare a memo and an email and send it to the city manager as required by that policy, indicating that I'm going to be gone and then who has the authority to sign in my absence. I believe I have a copy of that. So this is a sample of that delegation that was approved in 2018. This is an excerpt and it describes who can sign and the authority under which to do that. So when I'm going to be out of the office for 3 consecutive business days or more, then this delegation possibility kicks in. And you'll remember, or you'll see here that the term assistant attorney is specifically referenced in the document because that's what's in the charter. Now, if you recall, the challenge we have now is that these people in the green can sign, but the people, their supervisors, can't. So what I'm asking you all to consider tonight is a bit of housekeeping, in that I would prefer that we have the deputies have the ability to sign. It makes more sense, and they are sort of leading the department when I'm not there anyway. So I'm asking for that housekeeping change to be made. And my recommendation is to strike the word assistant from this provision. And so that it would just read a licensed attorney in the city attorney's office. And so that would be the change that I would request in both sections. Now, I think that most of you all were here, and I've said this before to you in the past. I feel that it's my obligation to this commission to give you all of the information. And so I want to remind you of our conversation a couple of years ago when you initially considered this request. And at that time, you felt strongly about the title being listed in the language. And at that time, I believe I had proposed something quite similar to what I'm proposing tonight. But our compromise was that I list the specific title. So what I'm asking is to remove that specific title tonight. It has worked well over these past few years under the delegation policy that has been approved. I would similarly go and edit this delegation policy to list The exact position, I would tell the city manager the exact positions that and people that would be signing for me and the dates that they would be signing for me. I believe that there are enough checks and balances in place to address any sort of concerns that would arise with the removal of the term assistant from those two provisions. So with that, as background, I think now, Chair, would be a good time to take any questions on 5.1.
Commissioners, any questions on 5.1?
Chair Thorson, before we get started with that, we do have one more caller on the line. Are you okay if I check and see if that is a commissioner?
Absolutely, please do.
Thank you. Oops. All right. One moment, please. I think I might have hid my participant screen. Just bear with me a moment here. Oh boy, something's fishy going on here. How about come back to me after the questions are answered, asked and asked?
That might have been me
Oh, there's Carrie.
on the phone.
Okay, great. Yeah,
you
it
hear
looks
me?
like we have one attendee now, so that makes sense. Yep, I can hear you, Carrie. Thank you.
All right, are we ready to proceed with any questions from commissioners? Are there any questions of commissioners on this suggested policy
Now I
change?
can't hear anything.
Carrie, can you hear anything yet?
I was hearing things until I turned off the phone. Now I can't hear anything.
Denise, do you want, should we continue with the vote? Should we try to troubleshoot here? Any recommendations? Any thoughts, commissioners?
Gary, do you see the three little buttons to the left of the red X on your screen?
Yeah, I think I got it now.
Oh, you
Okay.
you can hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you
Good.
now.
Okay.
I don't know what was going on, but sorry about that.
All right.
I was delayed because I picked up my daughter from the airport and her flight was delayed. So I didn't have
All
a
right,
number
well-
to call anybody, but I'm here now. So
Glad to have you join us. We are now in the discussion phase of after a presentation on 5.1, the charter amendment to
Yep.
sections 6.06 and 6.07. Is there any discussion or questions by commissioners?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Commissioner Hunt.
if there's no questions or discussions, it's a pretty straightforward request and change. I would move for approval of
Second.
the requested language.
Tom Nelson seconds.
Motion by Hunt, second by Nelson. Any further? Oh, I will now ask Ms. Christensen to call the roll call vote, please.
Thank you. Axtell,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Goodermont,
Aye.
Gustafson,
Aye.
Hunt,
Aye.
Lindell,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Steve Peterson,
Aye.
Stanley,
Aye.
Taylor,
Aye.
Weatherby,
I
and Chair Thorson.
Aye. All right, motion passes unanimously. On to item 5.2, Charter Amendment to Section 6.03. Could we have the staff overview, please?
Thank you, Chair. This is the city attorney speaking again. 5.02 is a similar type of edit. It's to incorporate the deputy city attorney into the merit board exceptions. And at this time, I just want to remind folks that I have Chris Wilson on the phone as well. And Chris and I discussed the materials related to the merit board. So if people have questions about that, but in a nutshell, the city has employment rules, and in those employment rules, they cover the majority of the employees in a classified service. And as a part of that classified service, there are rules about all sorts of things, including hiring, termination, sort of the whole gamut of the employment experience. And there are certain positions that are carved out of that classified service and are in the unclassified service. And among those are the positions that are listed here, and a couple of other positions. But the ones that I'm asking you to consider here are the addition of that deputy city position because it was missing from the charter, and that position was now created. They're the sort of reasons that these positions are exempt, are sought to be exempt from the merit system and are unclassified is that the city manager has the ability to appoint certain positions with regard to their sort of deputies and their legal representation. If you have any questions about that, I do have a little bit more information here for you. And so this is about the classified service. And then here is some information about the unclassified service. And I'm happy to answer any questions about that if you'd like. Otherwise, I'll just go back to the edit for your consideration.
Commissioner,
Again, it's a
if there's any
housekeeping matter.
questions?
No questions, and move to accept?
Just one. Okay, so is there any discussion on this item? Any further questions from commissioners? I have a motion by Taylor, and who seconded that?
I'll second
Nelson
it.
seconds.
Motion by Taylor, second by, sounds like Weatherby. Denise, could you call the roll call vote, please?
Thank you. Axtell? Rod Axtell, can you hear me? Rod, you are muted. Let's come back to Rod.
Okay.
Barnes?
Aye.
Goodermont?
Aye.
Gustafson?
Aye.
Hunt?
Aye.
Lindell?
Aye.
Nelson?
Aye.
Steve Peterson?
Aye.
Stanley?
Aye.
Taylor?
Aye.
Weatherby?
Aye.
Chair Thorson?
Aye.
And we'll check one more time. Is Rod Axtell?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, motion passes unanimously. On to item 5.3. This is charter amendment to section 4.04. Again, if we could have the staff over.
All right, Chair. This is Melissa Manderscheid again, the attorney, and I'll be talking about 5.3, the proposed edits to that. Again, I have with me Chris Wilson, who is available to answer questions as they arise. This is again another housekeeping matter that came to light during our preparation of the changes after the ballot question related to ranked choice voting. And I'm getting some feedback. I'm looking to see if everyone's good. If you're not muted, could you mute your phones or your computers, I mean? Thank you. And so in the process of looking into the ranked choice voting edits that needed to be made in our city code, we came upon this charter provision that talks about filing of candidates. And as you recall, one of the points of discussion at the city council level was write-in candidates. And we thought, and also some timing considerations. And we thought that it would be a good recommendation to the Charter Commission for you all to take a look at this section 5.3, specifically because it lists very specific dates in the charter. And we know that the state law can change on those. They can also change based on other provisions in the state law related to the nature of the election. And so we wanted to generalize that. And so we said the applicable filing schedule in order to decrease the likelihood that we would have any inconsistencies in our charter and in state law based on any sort of relevant state law schedules. The other thing that we thought would be a good we would like to recommend that you all change is that the way that that first sentence of this provision is drafted, it says currently all persons who desire to be elected to office. And we thought it made sense to clarify that because we believe, although we believe the intent of this provision was likely originally related to if you want your name printed on the ballot, then you need to follow the different provisions in 4.04. We thought that it would be more accurate to say an eligible person because there are other ways to get elected because we know that state law allows for write-in candidates. So we're recommending an edit to this to say an eligible person who desires to be elected to acknowledge the lawful other ways that one can be elected by write-in on the ballot. So this is a housekeeping. We looked at several other charter cities that have language in their charters, and we noticed that ours was quite specific compared to to many of the other cities, which were very much more durable, I would say. And so we're recommending those changes. In the packet is the version that is on your screen right now. After the packet came out, I did receive some feedback related to my edit of removing the $50 fee. I made this recommendation because we are in the process as a city of removing the fees that we have codified the numerical dollar amount into our city code. Because we have found that they're hard to keep track of that way. And we don't consistently review them to see if they are the right amount. And we also have to pay quite a bit of money and take quite a bit of time to change the fee. It's somewhere around $80 to change it by $1, and quite a bit of time and staff time. So to be consistent with that general approach, I similarly removed it out of the charter here. I frankly don't have a strong opinion one way or the other, whether it's in the charter, and if people feel strongly about keeping it in there, I'm totally fine with that. I just wanted to point out I wanted to make sure that you are aware of sort of the cost and time associated with changing that fee, should you ever want to change it in the future. So I prepared a subsequent option for your consideration, which moves that $50 fee to up here. So I also have a equivalent resolution, sort of a replacement page should the Charter Commission desire to keep that $50 fee codified in the city charter. If you'll recall, previous times when we've discussed 4.04, there were members of the Charter Commission that desired to have that $50 fee specifically stated in the provision. Others did not feel as strongly. So just to be clear, I have both options here. And with that, Chair, I stand for questions. And again, Chris Wilson is here as well.
All right, thank you for that presentation. I do recall that discussion about the fees, and I do remember that there were commissioners, myself among them, who wanted to keep the cost of entering a race as, you know, as reasonable as possible. And I think that's probably why we settled on a number. With that, I will open it up to questions. Are there any commissioners who have questions or comments on this proposal?
Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Peterson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I'm the person who sent the city attorney the email. And in general, I support the efforts to move the fees out of the city code and into the fee schedule. It takes the same number of votes on the city council to change the city code generally that it does to change the fee schedule. So it doesn't really change the dynamics around making that decision. It just eliminates the need to go through the cumbersome process of changing the city code. This particular fee, though, is a little bit different because it's a fee that actually applies to the city council members if they run for election. And unlike pretty much all of the other fees, this fee is not intended to be a cost recovery mechanism. So our goal by setting it at $50 was not to defray some part of the cost of conducting elections. You know, I think taxpayers in Bloomington expect that their property taxes go toward paying for elections. Instead, when we had the conversation about the $50 number, the conversation at that point was really about making sure that we that candidates were kind of serious about campaigning, and at the same time, to what Commissioner or Chair Thorson brought forward, is not making it be so expensive that people can't afford it. But I do think because this particular fee is something that applies to the city council members, that it most properly belongs in the city charter, with us being the decision makers about it, as opposed to being delegated to the city council. And so that's why I suggested to the city attorney that she bring back this second version that she's showing on the screen, and that's the one that I intend to support.
Thank you, Commissioner Peterson. And interesting angle on that I hadn't thought of myself. Are there any other comments or questions regarding this item? Any other input from commissioners?
Yes, Commissioner Thorson, this is Axtell.
Commissioner Axtell.
Steve, the alternative, the alternate option there is that we would still leave that $50 fee in the charter.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I'm suggesting, is that we keep this $50 fee in the charter the same way that it is right now, effectively.
And the only and who can change that $50 fee? Where I'm going with this is that, does it make sense to use a specific number, or, for example, pay the clerk the applicable filing fee, period?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting question, and I think the way I would try to get an answer to that is ask the city attorney if there's any other mechanism besides modifying the charter that we have to control that fee.
Chair, Chris, do you know of anything? I don't know of any specific other mechanism. Cities have all different fees. Some cities waive the fee if you can get a certain number of signatures. So I don't know of another mechanism that would establish the fee unless we put it into the city code. Chris, do you have any other additions to that?
I do not off the top of my head, Melissa. My only thought is whether or not the Secretary of State's office has a sort of a default fee sort of an unless otherwise established. But that would take a little bit of research.
Any other questions from commissioners? Any further questions? I would also lean towards keeping the $50 fee in the charter if there are no other options, as I was also concerned about making sure that this remains affordable for anyone. But again, open to whatever motion comes forward. At this point, I would, if there is no further discussion, I would look for a motion.
Mr.
Commissioner
Chair, I
Peterson.
move that we adopt the language that's on the screen right now.
Do we have a second?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Motion by Peterson, who is our second?
Gustafson said yes.
Okay, second by Gustafson. Denise, could we get the roll call vote, please?
Thank you. And just to be completely clear, this is for the alternate option to keep the fee.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Correct.
Axtell?
Aye.
Barnes?
Aye.
Goodermont?
Aye.
Gustafson?
Aye.
Lindell?
Aye.
Nelson?
Aye.
Peterson?
Aye.
Stanley?
Aye.
Taylor? Jay Taylor?
Okay.
Oops, sorry, I was trying to manually
Aye.
unmute you. Jay Taylor, can you hear me?
Yes. Aye.
Thank you.
Denise, I
Chair.
think did you skip me, Denise?
Who's that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Commissioner
sorry. I heard a nay. Was that not you?
No, I said aye.
Okay, thank you. Vice Chair Weatherby?
Aye.
Chair Thorson?
Aye. All right, sounds like motion passes unanimously. We on to item 6, hearings and resolutions. I believe there are none. Item 7, communications. Do we have any communications? Sounds like none.
Chair, Chair Thorson? Chair Thorson, it's Melissa. I wondered if I couldn't maybe go over a couple of additional items here just to give people an idea of the timing that we're headed on. Would that be helpful?
Oh, thank you. Please do.
Sorry about that. So just wanted folks to get a sense of the timing. The timing is established in city code or in state law rather. And so this is the sort of cadence of it on your screen here. So we'll be looking at effective dates towards the end of September based on the way the law requires. The other thing that I wanted to forecast for you is that in looking at the state law, the city charter and state election laws, we think that there might need to be some additional cleanup done because some provisions haven't been updated in quite some time and state election laws have changed. So as you consider sort of your next meeting dates and as you move forward in your agenda tonight, I think that we will be wanting you to get back together one more time and at a minimum one more time to look at the other possible cleanup items related to elections and consistency with state law and our city charter. We're allowed as a charter city to sort of deviate a bit, but there are some things that the state law has sort of marched along and our city charter hasn't necessarily kept up with. So we want to take a look at that and see what other sorts of tweaks we might need to do. We don't know how many they're going to be, but I just wanted to sort of forecast that for you a little bit. The other thing is that I did some quick research and the Secretary of State's office does actually list candidate filing fees. There are ranges for a lot of them and specifics. Charter cities are specifically, it indicates to check with your city clerk for the filing fee in charter cities. But there is some guidance from the Secretary of State's office, but we are allowed as a charter city to set ours. So I wanted to close the loop on that. Chris, is there anything else you wanted to add with regard to any possible next steps?
I don't think so. Just one more note. I would note that the state has set the filing fee for county offices at $50. So that does make what we have in our charter feel kind of comfortable. I would suggest, As far as next steps go, I would share with the commission that the city has a new city clerk who began with us about 3 weeks ago on April 12th. She comes to us from the city of Eagan with 10 years of experience being their city clerk. And she has just had an opportunity to get into some preparing for our fall elections and doing some other things. And she she's already identified one potential housekeeping item in our charter related to how we do recalls, and that the timing of what's in our charter and the timing required by state statute don't line up anymore. I think our charter is older than some of the current state laws. So in the future, we may ask the commission to get together and consider some cleanup to that section, just so that we are fit in with the state's requirements of us more smoothly than we do now. But I'm going to give her more than 3 weeks to settle into the job and bring us some recommendations, but you might see some of that coming in the future months.
Thank you. All right. Next item is 8.1, approve the draft report. Staff, help me out on this. Has it always been located at this point in the agenda? It does seem a little bit awkward.
I can defer to Denise on this, Chair, but as a city attorney, Denise and I, our charter attorney, potentially, if you re-elect me or reappoint me, I should say, Denise and I did talk about our rules of procedure. If some of you have been tuning into the scintillating council discussion over the past 2 years related to its rules of procedure, we recently went through a process to modernize our rules and update them. And the last time that the Charter Commission's rules were updated was 1997. And one of the things in the rules of procedure is the order of business. So Denise and I have discussed periodically the need to maybe update them and make it, sort of reflect how business is done among this group in this century. And so we might have some proposals for you the next time we get back together next May or June or whenever it happens to be. Yes, I think it's a little odd that it appears at this point, but just as a reminder, it's just a draft, and Denise goes in and sort of fills in the details of what happens before she brings it back to you all the next time you get together.
Thank you for that. So with that, any discussion on the draft report, or would anyone like to offer a motion?
Move to accept.
I'll second Lindell.
All right, and who made the motion?
Hey, Taylor.
Thank you. Motion by Taylor, and seconded by, who was that again?
Lindell.
Thank you. All right, Denise, could we have the roll call vote, please?
Thank you. Just a point here. I'm trying to let Commissioner Beloga in, but for some reason, this system is not allowing me to get to him. So I'm trying to troubleshoot that as well. And I know he's online right now. So I'd like to get his vote counted. So I'd like to get this resolved before we do the vote, if that's okay.
That sounds good.
But for a point of clarity, though, in approving the draft report, the draft as it's written doesn't include this the item as that was just approved as the alternate version. So I will be tweaking that sentence to include that it's the alternate version.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to try to turn over the host duties and see if that helps. One moment, please. Looks like we've had some success. It looks like Chris was able to get Jack in. Jack, can you hear me?
I can, thank you.
Thank you, and
I've-
thanks
I've
for
been
your
listening
patience.
I've been listening for some time here.
Welcome,
Thank
Jack.
you.
Hi, Jack.
Thank you, and thanks everyone for your patience with that.
All right, let's proceed with the vote.
All right. Axtell,
Aye.
Beloga,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Goodermont,
Aye.
Gustafson,
Aye.
Hunt,
Aye.
Lindell,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Stanley,
Aye.
Taylor,
Aye.
Vice Chair Weatherby,
Aye.
Chair Thorson.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. On to item 9, election of officers and appointments. We will start with election of a chairperson. I would remind everyone that I will call for nominations and then a vote. And anyone should feel free to not only nominate another member, but also if you have an interest in serving as chair or secretary or vice chair, you can feel free to nominate yourself as well. With that, I will open up to nominations. Excuse me, we'll start with nominations for chairperson.
I nominate Mark Thorson as chair.
Second.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? If not, we have a motion on the floor. If we could get the roll call vote, please.
Thank you. I didn't see who made the motion or second. Can
Hunt made the motion, second
Yep.
by,
It's flipped.
No, I made the
Second.
nomination.
Yeah.
Yeah, Weatherby made
Oh.
the nomination.
Weatherby, correct. Oh, sorry about that. And who made the second? Was it Hunt?
Hunt, yeah.
thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Axtell,
I will so look forward to doing this in person in the future.
You
Aye.
bet.
thank you. Beloga,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Goodermont,
Aye.
Gustafson,
Aye.
Hunt,
Aye.
Lindell,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Steve Peterson,
Aye.
Stanley,
Aye.
Taylor,
Aye.
Vice Chair Weatherby,
Aye.
Chair Thorson.
Aye. Thank you, everyone. On to electing a vice chairperson. Do we have any nominations?
I'll nominate Terry Weatherby.
Second.
I second.
Mark, you're muted.
Oh, sorry about that. We have a motion on the floor. In a second, if we could get the roll call vote, please.
Thank you. I apologize one more time. Was the motion made by Stanley?
Yes.
Thank you. And then Jay Taylor, was that you that seconded?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Axtell,
Aye.
Beloga,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Goodermont,
Aye.
Gustafson, Gustafson,
Aye. Can you hear me?
Yep,
Sorry.
thank you. Hunt,
Aye.
Lindell,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Steve Peterson,
Aye.
Stanley,
Aye.
Taylor,
Aye.
Vice Chair Weatherby,
Aye.
Chair Thorson.
Aye. All right, moving along, appoint a recording secretary. Do we have any nominations?
Mr. Chair, I nominate Denise Christensen.
Second,
Motion by Hunt. Who made the second?
Taylor,
Motion by Hunt, second by Taylor. If we could get the roll call vote, please.
Thank you. I was half expecting a no-go this time with all these technical difficulties. So thank you. Axtell,
Aye.
Beloga,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Goodermont,
Aye.
Gustafson,
Aye.
Hunt,
Aye.
Lindell,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Steve Peterson,
Aye.
Stanley,
Aye.
Taylor,
aye.
Vice Chair Weatherby,
Aye.
and Chair Thorson.
Aye. All right, and then finally, and last but not least, appoint an attorney. Item 9.4. Do we have any nominations?
I'll nominate Melissa Manderscheid.
Tom Nelson seconds.
All right, we have a motion by Linnell, second by Nelson. Could we have the roll call vote, please?
Thank you. Axtell,
Aye.
Beloga,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Goodermont,
Aye.
Gustafson,
Aye.
Hunt,
Aye.
Lindell,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Steve Peterson,
Aye.
Stanley,
Aye.
Taylor,
Aye.
Vice Chair Weatherby,
Aye.
Chair Thorson.
Aye. All right, with that, item 10, 10.1, set date for the next Charter Commission meeting. And it sounds like we have some discussion about the possible need to meet at a date in the future. I don't know if we can set that one just yet, if we know the timing, but I believe we can set the date for the next annual meeting, so to speak. Is that correct?
Chair, this is Melissa. I would make that suggestion that this would be your next regular meeting. We will, your rules from 1997 indicate that your regular meetings are 7 p.m. the first Thursday of the month. So if we have to schedule another special meeting, I know that Denise will reach out to you and try to find a date that works for everybody. And I know that we typically have started with the 7 p.m. on the first Thursday, but we'll try our best to move forward as soon as we can, but respecting people's availability as well.
Thank you. And one quick question. Do we have a general sense of when that need might arise?
Chris Wilson, do you happen to know?
No, I don't anticipate it being in the next, 2 or 3 months, certainly. I would imagine that it might be, the housekeeping items I mentioned might be ready for the commission's consideration this fall sometime.
Thank you. It just gives us some sense. All right. Do we have a motion to set the date of the annual meeting?
I'll move that we set the annual meeting at May 5th, 2022.
Do we have a second?
Second,
All right. Motion by Weatherby. And again, I didn't catch who did that second. Was that
Taylor,
Taylor? Motion by Weatherby, second by Taylor. Could we have the roll call vote, please?
Thank you. Axtell,
Aye.
Beloga,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Goodermont,
Aye.
Gustafson,
Aye.
Hunt,
Aye.
Lindell,
Aye.
Nelson, Tom Nelson, I am not seeing him online actually anymore, so maybe he has disconnected. Steve Peterson,
Aye.
Stanley,
Aye.
Taylor,
aye.
Vice Chair Weatherby,
Aye.
Chair Thorson.
Aye. All right, and with that, somebody gets to make a motion to adjourn if there is no other business to come before us. And
Also move.
Commissioner Stanley, did I hear you wave or see you wave? And Lindell, was that a second?
Yes.
We have a
Yes,
motion and a second. If we could do the roll call vote, please.
Thank you. Axtell,
Are we sure we want to leave this early? So, hey,
Somebody can certainly suggest amending the motion.
Nope, you can't.
did I hear a vote there? Rod?
it was an aye.
Okay, thank you.
Are we ready for the roll call vote? We have a motion and a second.
Okay, I've got Axtell. Beloga?
Aye.
Barnes?
Aye.
Goodermont?
Aye.
Gustafson?
Aye.
Hunt?
Aye.
Lindell?
Aye.
I'm going to check on Nelson one more time. Nelson? Nope, I still don't see him. Steve Peterson?
Aye.
Stanley?
Aye.
Taylor?
Aye.
Vice Chair Weatherby?
Aye.
Chair Thorson?
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you, everyone. We will see you, it sounds like, in a few months. I appreciate your service and patience. Thank you.
Nice to see everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
I'm out.